Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Championship Pool. Ooh, does that mean it's Olympic-sized? One of the few basic pleasures of video games, playing pool. I said back when we reviewed the quite fun Side Pocket, pool is one of those games that translates to video games absolutely perfectly. Quick games you can pick up and play whenever, strategy that balances careful planning with dealing with how your opponent is doing, and gameplay that can easily be recreated due to its reliance on fairly basic physics. And it's a genre I'm a big fan of. My childhood was basically spent playing Yahoo Pool instead of paying attention in middle school. But oddly enough, I never actually translated that love into buying any pool games, even for my beloved Game Boy. I don't know, maybe I was too distracted by Tetris. What makes this pool game interesting is that it isn't just some random pool game for the Game Boy, it's part of a whole series of ports. Developed by Bitmasters, Championship Pool was released for the NES, SNES, Game Boy, Genesis, and MS-DOS, all within a month of each other. And even more amazingly, the game was actually endorsed by the Billiard Congress of America, the governing body for all things billiards in the United States. That's actually kinda cool. I always love when games get full endorsements like that, beyond the usual tie-ins like NFL. Makes me imagine a boardroom full of stone-faced executives all playing the Game Boy and making serious remarks as to if the game truly represents the sport that they love so much. The box art is pretty much exactly what you'd expect. There are some pool balls and pool cues, and also not one but two reminders that Billiard Congress of America approves of it. But forget all that, there's a free poster inside, guys! I looked it up and guess what? It's, basically the same as the cover. Nothing to do now but get our billiards on. We're hitting the felt with Championship Pool. Mindscape presents. And Bitmasters, they're the developers, you see. Looks like there are only a couple people who worked on this. That could be bad. I saw the name Merlin there. That's something. Billiard Congress of America. Ooh. Oh, I'm liking this music. Championship Pool. That's a cool font, too. That makes it look way more exciting than pool normally is. Freestyle Party. I'm imagining Party is, like if you have multiple people playing. Let's do a tournament. Winner goes to the World Championship, 32 contestants, single elimination, Tails. This is surprisingly well animated. My opponent sank some balls then missed. Oh, I don't get to see it? Is that me or my opponent? Player one, your shot. Alright, here we go. Here. What? What? Oh! Oh god, I just hit select and it did this. Oh, this is interesting. How do I... Okay, so what it's doing is showing the path my ball will travel. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Like right there? Yeah, there we go. Bam. Oh! Well, that was kind of cool. Because you didn't hit a ball in your group first. What? How do I know which ball is which? Wait, shoot, I'm confused. Okay, B, I can... increase or decrease power. Whoa, god. It looks like it automatically changes what hole you're going into. And you can hit select to zoom in. Oh, this is a lot more technical of a game than I thought it would be. Now it loads. And boom. Oh. Did I foul that time? No, but I didn't miss. Oh, darn it. He's so happy. I need to check a guide just to make sure I'm doing everything right, but I'm impressed with the depth so far. Sometimes you may need to call to decide certain... Okay. Okay, so you need to call certain shots. I'm going to do this, and we're going to increase the strength, and... Bam! I said bam! Bam! Oh, yeah, this is going to take a while to load. So this is using up a lot of computing power for the Game Boy, which is kind of cool. I just had a thought, because you didn't send at least 4... racked balls to a rail. What does that mean? Oh no! I don't know pool, I just hit balls into holes. Now what? Your opponent laughs at you and forces you to... Wow! I kinda love this game. That's it. Okay, so my stripes are solids. I'm stripes, okay. You have to actually hit select to see what ball you're hitting. Alright, this should be good. Bonk. Yeah, that actually looks pretty nice going in. Also, looking through the guide, all the other modes are exactly what you'd expect. There's an 8-ball, there's a 9-ball. Freestyle is literally just freestyle play. You can just hit whatever you want in practice. There's a challenge mode where you can practice against 6 different games. And then there's the multiplayer. I'm really enjoying how much work they've put into this. It's a little tough to perfectly manage where your ball goes. Oh, there we go. If you hold B, you can change the angle very slightly. There we go. This should go in. I forgot that power was a thing. 67 ball, corner pocket. Bam. This is a much more technical pool game than I'm used to playing. And I mean that in a really positive way. I think it's super cool to have a much more intricate game like this. And it's using a lot of power for the Game Boy without, like, any major slowdown. I mean, there was a bit of slowdown when I first broke all the balls, but, like, that kind of makes sense. I am bad at it, though. This game is kind of awesome. Oh, how did I never play this one? This would have been like the perfect pool game to play. It has more intricacy than I'm used to, but it's also stuff that I can get used to, if that makes sense. I'm figuring it out very quickly. I'm learning how to play the game. Which one of these is which? 5-ball and... Oh, that's the 8-ball right there. God. Okay. Mistakes have been made. Unless... Big Brain Brian does it again. Check this out. Set power. Hit. Bam. I just sank the 8-ball, didn't I? That said, I sank both of those balls at the same time. I know I lost, but come on. Give me some credit for that. That was amazing. Okay, so I didn't win a game. But at least the old man is happy. And hey, at least this game is kind of awesome. I'm totally gonna come back to this one. Even though it looks like I'm gonna have to wait a full year. Tournaments are hard. Wow, the Billiard Congress of America really knows what it's doing, huh? As I said earlier, I really only played a few pool games over the years, mainly the extremely simplistic Yahoo Pool. But if I had played Championship Pool when I was younger, I think I may have been a lot more inclined to stick with the genre, because man, this game was great! The core gameplay was precisely what you want out of a pool game. You shoot the ball and it hits other balls, the physics are solid and it gives you a good amount of control over everything, and there's a nice little handful of modes that you can play through. I am disappointed that you can't see the opponent's turn, especially since playing off what the opponent does is a major part of pool, but in the case of this game, it's understandable. And the reason it's understandable is because they crammed so many details into the gameplay that trying to show the opponent's turn might cause the cartridge to burst into flames. From the way it shows you precisely what direction the balls you hit are going to go, to the zoom-in function to let you be extra precise with your shots, even the little bit of loading so the game could calculate just where everything is going to go. It was all amazingly well made. While there's a lot of mechanics to get a handle on, I was able to get that handle on them after just 1 or 2 games, and definitely feel like with more practice I could start running tables. And at the end of the day, that's exactly the feeling that pool games should give you. I have no trouble saying that this game easily clinches the top spot of best pool games I've ever played. If you have even a passing interest in pool, Championship Pool for the Game Boy should be on your radar immediately. Because if you don't play it, the man will laugh at you. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.